Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
Yeah. Let the truth be told. Want the truth, you came to the right show. Yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and EMJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date, and you know it's nothing but love and no hate. FD Reese, it was the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
Form the front line that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his ball. I march next to him. Mrs. King march next to me. Dr. King march next to her. On the way to the Capitol, you hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform and looked out over that sea of humanity. And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. That they haven't gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices. Not all seen.
The Lineage. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
Yeah. Let the truth be told. Want the truth, you came to the right show. Yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and EMJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date, and you know it's nothing but love and no hate. FD Reese, it was the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage. The Lineage.
Form the front line that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his ball. I march next to him. Mrs. King march next to me. Dr. King march next to her. On the way to the Capitol, you hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform and looked out over that sea of humanity. And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. That they haven't gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices. Not all seen.
The Lineage. All right, yes. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. We are so happy that everyone is here Thursday. My brother's not in yet. I don't know what he's doing. But
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, welcome to the Lineage Podcast. These Thursdays come around quick, but I'm delighted. We're glad that we're here, and we're glad that y'all joining us for another show. There's a lot of things that we can be discussing right now. It's a lot of trending topics, a lot of hot topics going on. We'll discuss a few things and give our opinion about a few matters. If you don't know why we are called the Lineage Podcast, that's because we are 2 out of the 3 of the grandsons of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese and Aline C. Reese. Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese was the chief orchestrator of the voting rights movement. We say it with our chest poked out. We have receipts to bag it up and everything. Now, if you want to know more about Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese, look no further. You can listen to our podcast, but also if you are a reader and you love reading, Here's the autobiography of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. It is called Selma's Self-Sacrifice. It is on Amazon currently. We'll be making a few changes coming up soon, but it is currently on Amazon, Selma's Self-Sacrifice. And I must say, it is a great read. It was self-published by us, his family. But it's a lot of things that we didn't know about our own grandfather until reading this book. And it was written by Mr. Frederick D. Reese and Kathy Walters. It was it's a great book, to say the least. I'll just say that. Listen, also, if you have not booked the FD Reese Historical Tour, it is in Selma, Alabama. Please book it. We just had one. Matter of fact, just came from Alabama Monday. It was a great tour, so please book it. On this tour, you will learn a lot of things that you didn't know about the voting rights movement, the behind the scenes, how everything got planned, and how our grandfather really impacted the nation with getting the Voting Rights Act started and the demonstrations in Selma, Alabama. So as they used to say in church, what was the saying about the announcements? Govern yourselves, or whatever they used to say. Yeah, those are the two announcements for the book and the tour. We're also getting some things together that's going on here in Atlanta. If y'all don't know, we stay in Atlanta. We're getting some things going on together in Atlanta to further the education of the voter rights movement and everything we have going on. So please be on the lookout for that. First Nurse ready. First Nurse Kimberly Reese. I know she in the building. She is not in the field this time. She is gracing us with her presence, and she has a great presentation for us. So you want to say anything, bro, for First Nurse? Come on.
Nah, she gonna come do what I say do. That's all.
Listen, don't go nowhere. First Nurse Kimberly Reese.
I say that, I should be messing
with. Don't go nowhere. First Nurse Kimberly Reese will be there when we come right back. So stay tuned.
I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed that we were going to march.
Nice.
First of all, serving notice on our nation. It's Dr. Frederick Douglass Reese.
We march. We march. We march.
He said, what shall we do? I said, we are going back. He said, yeah.
First Nurse Kimberly Reese in the building.
What's up, brother-in-law? How are you? You doing okay?
Yeah, doing good. I know you got something good for us, so I'm going to get out the way.
Yes, I'm going to be real quick. Hello, everyone. Happy Thankful Thursday. This is your First Nurse, Kimberly. And I'm coming to give you a quick health information. So as you guys know, June is significant for several things. It's significant for Black Music Month, Men's Health Awareness Month, and also it's Alzheimer's and brain awareness. So I'm going to give a quick overview of all of it since we're wrapping up the month of June. So I'm going to start by discussing what is Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's, actually. So Alzheimer's is a progressive disease that destroys memory and other important mental functions. With the next screen, it shows that it involves damaging the cells with plaques. Plaque is a deposit of protein fragments within the nerve spaces, between the nerve spaces. Also, it can also be done by twisted fibers known as tangles. which is also another type of protein. So in general, Alzheimer's is not a normal part of aging. The greatest risk factor of Alzheimer's is increasing age, and the majority of people with Alzheimer's are 65 and older. If you get this disease before 65, it's considered to be referred as early onset of Alzheimer's. And people with younger onset of Alzheimer's can be in the early, middle age, or late stage of the disease. So, what's normal aging versus having the Alzheimer's disease? So, with normal aging, making a bad decision once in a while, that's normal. That comes with normal aging. But on the other hand, making poor judgment and decisions a lot of times, like over and over and over, that's a symptom of Alzheimer's. Also, missing a monthly payment, that's normal with aging. Sometimes you just forget. You forget to make a payment. But when you're noticing that it becomes a problem to just constantly, consistently taking care of bills, and your finances are all over the place, it's scattered. You can't remember what payment is due, when, and where. That's a symptom of Alzheimer's. Also, forgetting which day and remembering like later, that's normal aging. But if you continue to lose track of the date and time consistently, like you wake up, you don't know what day it is, the year, and it's consistently, you may want to get checked out. So these are just an example, a few examples of aging, normal aging versus Alzheimer's. Also, if you're realizing you're developing this, they do have somewhere, or you can go to your primary care physician, of course, but you can call 1-800 number is 1-800-272-3900, or you can locate your local Alzheimer's Association. And I got this information from alzheimersassociation.com. So going forward, like I mentioned before, it is Men's Health Awareness Month, and it's Black Music Health Awareness Month. And I said I would piggyback around and review what we talked about earlier this month. So I decided to hone in on Jamie Foxx. I felt like he was the epitome of an example of Men's Health Awareness Month and Black Music Month. So 2 weeks ago, he was recognized at the BET Award for his contribution to Black music. Of course, he's a actor. He made music and made a big impact in music. So I decided to talk about Jamie Foxx with the June Men's Health Awareness and Black Music Month to tie it all together. So he suffered a stroke that left him unable to walk in April 2023, and he returned to work in January 2024. So hence, guys, you see, if Jamie Foxx suffered a stroke and he considered to be in shape and ready, this should let you know, guys, check out yourself. No matter how you think you're in shape, it's good to have an annual physical. So he was acknowledged at the BET Award about music. So what I thought stood out to me the most, while he was describing when he was in the hospital, his daughter was the one that helped him get through this situation. His vital signs were going crazy. The nurses didn't know what to do. They thought they were going to lose him, but his daughter decided to play the guitar, which was music therapy, as I mentioned about 2 weeks ago, how important music can actually help you with your health. So I just wanted to show this clip to show you guys the correlation of men's health awareness and music therapy and how everything ties together. I thought it was
My baby with the big hair, she hides under that hair because she got something special. You're so beautiful, man. When I was fighting for my life in there, I gotta say this. They said that we're gonna lose him because his vitals is bad. And I didn't want my 14-year-old to see me like that. But my Annalise overheard the conversation, and she snuck into my hospital room with her guitar and said, I know what my daddy need. And as she played the guitar, my vitals dropped. And I realized that God was in that guitar, and the nurses ran in and said, what did they give him? And my daughter said, shh, I got him. God is good. And all the time,
Wow.
All right, and there you have it. That's all I got for y'all.
We appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese once again giving us the health segment of this week. Fellas, like she's been saying all month, look, take care of yourself. We gotta tighten up. We know how we are. We can be reluctant and we can be real stubborn when it's time to go to the doctor. But we gotta tighten up so we can live long and be here to enjoy our family much longer. So, like Jamie Foxx said, God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good.
God is good.
Let's get it. Look, man, Alan will be coming back. We'll be discussing a couple of topics, so please don't go nowhere. The Lineage Podcast will return in 1 second. So, like I said, please don't go nowhere. All right.
Form the front line that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his daughter. I march next to him. Mrs. King marched next to me. Dr. King marched next to her. Dr. Ralph Bunch, the first African-American Nobel Peace Prize winner, marched next to him. To his right, marched Mrs. Abernathy. To her right, marched her husband, Ralph Abernathy. To his right, marched John Lewis. To his right, marched A. Philip Randall. And then to his right, marched Rosa Parks. That's the front line vet march, moving down Dexter Avenue in Montgomery, on the way to the Capitol, to hear Dr. King make that speech there. And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
In my younger years, it wasn't much that I can smile about, but there is nothing I would change. And as I think of all the obstacles that came about, it made me the man I am today. Oh yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the Lineage Podcast. Once again, we appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese checking in with us all the time, giving us the great help. I know Alan gonna say she did like I tell her. She gonna slap you.
Exactly what I told her to do. She did such a great job, you know.
Yeah. She bring it all the time, so we appreciate her. Let's talk about a few things we want to talk about. I said let's start with the January the 6th, the lady that lost her life. So we'll watch a video, then we'll share our opinion.
Who this is? Ashley Babbitt. She was the woman who died during the January 6th insurrection. She was deep inside the Capitol with a group of people. There were doors that were locked. There was a Secret Service agent with a gun on the other side telling them not to come in, despite the fact they were trying to break in. They finally smashed a window. She went to climb through it. She was shot and killed. Her fuck around found out, which of course propelled her into MAGA martyrdom. And then her family filed a lawsuit against the federal government for wrongful death. They were asking $5 million. Of course, the government was fighting that. And then Trump took office and said, we're not going to fight this lawsuit anymore. We're going to settle with them. Well, they were asking for $5 million. If you're going to settle with them, generally what that means is, hey, we'll give you, $500,000 or $1 million. But that's not what's happening. They announced they're settling for $5 million. They're going to pay the full $5 million out of taxpayer money. They are going to give the family of a woman who entered the Capitol illegally, who was part of a violent group that was trying to break into a secured area where an armed Secret Service agent was telling them to stay out, and she went to go in anyway, and she died as a result. And now taxpayers are going to pay her family $5 million. Who this is? Ashley?
I know you got an opinion on this, bro. You go ahead.
Can't make it up.
Yeah.
Only white folks in America can do that. White America can do that, MJ. And that's a shame. Think about it. Our vice president was in the Capitol confirming the election.
Mm-hmm.
The mega community decided to go to the Capitol and try to overturn the election and stop the president from confirming the counts. This lady, think about it, MJ. We think about Breonna Taylor. We think about all these black folks that officers went in their house.
Their home, correct.
Kill them, like Breonna Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get a settlement. But this lady can be in the wrong. And then the president, Donald Trump, comes in and settles for the full amount. It shouldn't be a settlement. The young lady, it was treason in MJ.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. It was a terrorist attacking our government because we know if that was a bunch of black folks that did what they did on January the 6th,
Right.
it would have killed all of us. Like
Yeah, it
I
would have been
always,
different.
the federal government would have killed us, and the mega community who went to the White House, they would have grabbed their guns and said it's time for us to stand up for America if it was black people at the Capitol.
That's right.
They would have killed us like some dirty dogs that they say we are, left us for dead, and said nothing else about us. And when it gave our family 1 red cent. Think about it.
And like my man said, they giving the whole $5 million.
Whole $5. They family, look, we should be taking whatever pension 401k she has away from her and giving it to the federal government because it was treason in what she did. MJ, think about it. Only a white person in America can get away with this.
That's right.
We can't even, the federal government won't even look at reparation.
They won't entertain it.
300 years of free labor and Jim Crow and unfair appraisal and and we talking about we're not getting paid the right amount for jobs and all that. We're not even talking about, they won't even approach that to give black people reparations.
Right.
And they got on record, America was built off cotton. The wealth of America was built off black folks picking cotton. And their children's cannot benefit from that wealth, but white folks who own slaves, who was able to benefit from their whiteness still benefits from it today. You won't have that discussion, but you'll give a treasonous white woman family $6 million, whatever it was, because she died doing an act of treason against the United States government. MJ, come on, how can you say how can Donald Trump and see, this is why I get on here and I ask all the children of the Confederacy. I call them out. I ask them to call my phone. I tell them to reach out to me to have a conversation with me. How when we say that the slogan "Make America Great Again" is not racist? How can you say that when things like this is done? How? It's a shame. But they won't speak to me anymore. They got tired of me on Facebook. I guess I'm too logical for them.
Right.
But I need for them to come holler at me and tell me how isn't that it's not racist that the Make America Great Again is associated with racist white America.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, how it was done by design. Certain things, you make the poorest white man believe that he's better than even the richest black man. You know what time it is, but she's the only one that died from that, right? I think she's the only one that died because she tried to jump through the window and they shot her, if I'm not mistaken.
Think about it. Think about it. Black people can't resist the police coming in their house.
Right.
But a white woman can go inside where the police at, try to beat them up. They shot a police officer and they get hurt. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
Come on, MJ.
Yeah, we definitely seeing the contradiction and how it is, the banana in the tailpipe, and how they always say, oh, it's equal. We already know what time it is. It's not equal. It has never been equal. And the question is it two Americas? You're damn right it is. Let's just keep it a buck, man. The way we are handled as black people in America, and the way that our white counterparts,
it's a shame, MJ.
It's totally different.
I love to talk about this every day. For however long God got me to be on this earth, I'm gonna preach about this every day. It is my job to continue to tell white folks about themselves. And the reason I say white people, because I need my white friends, my people who believe in the movement that we're doing, I need for them to go in their living rooms and their churches and their barbershops and their beauty salons and their car dealerships and their family barbecues and their family and they family Thanksgivings and 4th of July's. And I need for them to have these conversations. These are conversations they need to have in their homes. because only them, they are the only ones that can fix this situation. Is the white people who believe in the movement that we're talking about. I'm not talking about the white races that are sheep in wolf clothes. I mean, wolves in sheep clothes. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the true in their heart of hearts, and they see things like this, and they see it wholeheartedly and say, this is just not right.
Right. And I tell you, I give you a caveat. The tour that I did Monday, the lady that came, she was one of the ladies that came. She was a white lady. Her dad, she's probably about 70. Her dad, she was honest. Her dad's racist. Just is what it is. She said when you walk in his house, he got the Trump buttons and the stickers and the flags all up there. And her daughter husband is a black man.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. So she goes at it with her. She said she is known. She tell her father, it got to the point she said, don't even bring up politics. Don't talk about nothing, because basically she was saying he's not changing his ways. Like when we was looking at the artifacts, we talked about Jim Clark, the racist sheriff in Selma, died with that same mentality.
And not only that, he was a thug.
Yeah.
Jim Clark was a thug. He got caught with drugs coming from overseas. He was doing all kind of illegal stuff. Let's just not talk about
money laundering. Yeah.
Money laundering and all that. Jim Clark was a thug, MJ. He was a criminal.
Right.
He just was a racist, man. And that shows you that these cops, think about it, MJ, we still, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But people need to truly understand Jim Clark, the sheriff in Selma, who beat black people because black folks are trying to get the right to vote. They need to read his history. He is the example of who some of these cops are today. He was a criminal. He was a thief. He was money laundering. He was selling drugs. He was doing all kinds of stuff. He went to prison for that. He did a lot of things wrong that some of these officers today still carry that spirit of Jim Clark. Jim Clark, he just didn't stop at just calling black folks niggers at the courthouse and saying they can't have the right to vote in March. He was a straight criminal, a straight thug.
Yeah.
Let's learn about. Matter of fact, we're gonna put his information out there next week. We'll teach you about Jim Clark.
Yeah, we'll teach you about Jim Clark. We'll teach you about Jim Clark.
You can see the same spirit in some of these officers and sheriffs out here today and how they do black people.
As a matter of fact,
black folks are selling drugs as thugs and shouldn't live in society, but they out there doing the same thing.
Yeah, matter of fact, the video I just showed that we showed through the commercial break, if you saw the sheriff that was pushing the people down with the billy club, pushing granddad and everybody down, that was Jim Clark. But yeah, we'll allow him to have a segment, not to give him praise and all of that, but we're gonna show the true colors and show the behind the scenes about that too, about the evil. But yes, it is two Americans, and we already understand this. So we're, like Alice said, I agree. I need our white brothers and sisters who agree with what we are doing and what everyone else is doing when we're talking about giving black folks the right opportunity and everything. And we can talk about reparations and all of that, whatever, to have these conversations in their own private homes and their private gatherings. Then you can really see where your heart truly lies when you get a little bit controversial with your own family members. So yeah, we understand what time it is. Next subject, we'll go here. Let's watch this video. It's about jail. I'm gonna say the echelon or not of jail cells, and so watch this, and man, this is gonna blow your mind. Watch this.
Greeted the way I was, with a handshake.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Drug smugglers, murderers, rapists, all doing time in a maximum security prison that feels more like a college campus.
This is home?
Yeah, this is home, yeah.
Karsten was convicted of killing a man in Brazil. This is his cell block with a full kitchen, big screen TV, laundry room.
You have a key to your own cell.
Yeah, everybody have their own
shit. These motherfuckers at a resort.
key.
He and the rest of the prisoners are locked in overnight. The rest of the time, they choose when to lock the door to their cozy single bed cells with a TV and a private bathroom.
I used to be in prison in Brazil, and there was a cell just a little bit bigger than this, and there used to be 15 people in the same room.
The point here, to turn criminals into good neighbors.
Always have coffee on the go. Thank you.
Rehabilitation, says the prison governor, starts on day one.
We take the freedom from them, but when they are here, we try to help them to get a better citizens.
Inmates have a normal work week, giving them routine and responsibilities, training to be car mechanics, and graphic designers in a state-of-the-art studio.
From the city hall, we're getting jobs from them.
Learning skills like restaurant prep, where they're trusted to handle knives, can help them get jobs on the outside.
Get the
Yeah, man. That was a jail in Brazil. Man, I forgot to block out the cuss words. Sorry if any children are watching, but that is a jail in Brazil, and the man that was showing the lady around, he's in jail for murdering someone or killing a family member, and you see the difference in the jail in Brazil there, and even how they are treated. They are allowed to take on trades, be mechanics, and even have jobs outside of the jail. It's just ironic that the jails in America, which is filled with, I think the last time I checked, it was at least 60% of African Americans. If you look at the jail said, you said how many? 65?
Yeah. I got something behind that one.
Yeah, I'll let you rock. I just find it ironic, man, that man, it's I didn't know that. I seen it when I saw the video. I'm like, man, that's crazy how the difference of the jail cells is. And I think it's a lot, it's something behind it when it comes to like I said, African Americans, we make up the larger portion of it, and you already know what happened. Free labor pretty much in mass incarceration. So we already know what time that is and why a lot of us were locked up for petty crimes, stealing bubble gum, getting charged in time that we didn't need. And I think it's still going on today. So I just thought it was mind blowing to see the difference in that. What you guys say, bro?
I got to say this. Hear me out.
Yeah.
If America jails look like that, most of the gangster rap would come from the white community. Most of the welfare would come from the white community. Most of that's projected, pushed out there. Most of the dysfunction will automatically push it towards the white community because they would use the federal government for rehabilitation. MJ.
You're right,
if
bro.
Those jails
I'm
look
with you.
like that in America. This is my Dr. Umar voice. If it looks like that in America, most of everything we see, the gangster rap that tells a story that makes black people kill black young men, kill young black men, that makes women take off their clothes and prostitute, all the stuff that they push in the black community, MJ. Mm-hmm. If the jails look like that in America, all this would be, all what's going to go to the black folks will go to the white community, because now we have a system that can rehabilitate them and put them back in society as upstanding individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I agree with that.
I guarantee it.
I agree with
that.
It.
Is racism and white supremacy behind this. And see, we just look at that. Oh, just look at the result. No, it's something behind that. They're saying, look, the cards that you may have been dealt have put your mind in a place that we can help you and change you. So while you're locked up, we'll instead of making you feel like an animal, we're going to treat you like a human being. We're going to give you the proper counseling. We're going to give you the proper doctors. We're going to give you everything that you need, so when you get out, you could be a better human,
right?
A better citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what they want for blacks. They want us to go back in there because they got to get, it's capitalism. Got to get their labor. Get what I'm saying, bro? It's done by design. It's done by design, MJ. And it's crazy.
100%, man. I'm with you. I didn't think of it from that angle, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
yes,
it makes
sir.
a lot of sense.
Just like the White House, Donald Trump presidency, his first term. What was one of the greatest things he said that he was proud of? What's the right? Give me the right terminology for it. Oh, is it OP?
Yeah, the drug.
Yeah.
Opioid.
Opioid. Think about it. When
Mhm.
black people had crack and cocaine, the White House wasn't saying that. They didn't have anything in place for mental health for black people. They had jails and cells.
Right.
And then it helped take black men out of the home, and the woman chose welfare. It destroyed the black family. They didn't have anything to put us back in place. Matter of fact, we're uncovering, even before then, we're uncovering some artifacts where the federal government would not give families money and put them on welfare because a neighbor said that the black man was in the house.
Yeah.
Was in the house.
We just looked at that.
But then when it comes to other races, then they have things set in place to help heal them, MJ, to help heal them. But us, it's throw them down and it's whatever, because we just need the body. We need the body to get free labor. We just need the body to get this money. We just need the body. We don't care anything about them. But for our own, we got to make sure something is in place that we can heal them. Black folks do crack and cocaine. White folks got misdemeanors. Black people got felonies. It's the same drug. One of them just sniffed, and one of them you stuck in with a needle. It's the same thing when you break it down, MJ. So that's what we're talking about. And these people want to act like what we're saying is not real and it's true. So I wish they would bring those jails to America and watch how the face change, bro. Watch how it change.
Of course, and we know that's not gonna happen, because remember we did a show not too long ago about how they villainized, how it went all the way back to the black face, and how they put these black faces on the cartoon, and they put these black faces in the movies, and they want to villainize us and make us seem dangerous. But think about it. The most mass shootings and mass killings and school shootings and all that go on in America is not by us, man. Just to be honest, and you're right to your point when you're talking about the drugs. Now think about it. Why is marijuana all of a sudden gonna become illegal? Gonna become legal? See, that was the black person's drug, and they was giving people a hard time for that. But cocaine, you can sniff that and get probation. That was
we smoked it. We can't get a jog, or they'll grab your hair, because marijuana's in your hair for over 30 days. Okay, yeah, they didn't figure how to drink that water and get that stuff out their system. But now we got to go grab the hair, because the hair show it in their system longer. But see, them other drugs understand your system for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're doing lines and it's gone in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Alan Reese got locked, so his hair too long. We can't accept him. But Johnny got the same hair. Not the same hair, but he got his tied up in a bow. Oh, it's not that long. You just don't like the texture of my hair.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, 100%.
There's so much we can break that mess down that they have implemented to keep us back. But they don't realize we just keep coming. We just keep coming. You know?
Timothy, what up, Tim? Timothy said, yes, multiple law enforcement officers died after the January 6th Capitol attack, including deaths by suicide.
How much money they get?
Come on, man.
Bro. Come on, MJ.
Yeah, come
but
on.
They getting $5 million.
$5 million.
Come on. But Breonna Taylor, it's been proven that them folks didn't have a warrant. A no-knock warrant at their house. They ain't got none yet, bro.
Yeah, none of the families, from Michael Taylor to Breonna, from to Sandra Bland, like it can go with the list goes on. On and on.
Come on, George Zimmerman. But still, George Zimmerman walking around. What them bands for him? He went on he
doing tours signing bags of Skittles.
Signing bags of Skittles. Where the hood at?
Yeah.
Where y'all thugs at to say y'all hard? in your raps. I always hear in the raps, you got 100 bands on somebody's head here. You got 100 bands on somebody's head here. What the hell, George Zimmerman? Listen, MJ, and people, and I don't care, man. You two can block me. But until the day comes that black people, that the hood, Snoop and them, until y'all learn to tell y'all YNs that y'all supposed to be the enforcers for the black community, nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
Until y'all start, like Tupac said, stop turning the guns on each other and look at the real enemy. Until that happens in our hood, nothing's gonna change because they know that the reinforcement is going on each other and not on them. Yeah. But once, if they ever get the notion to turn their head around like an owl and put a swivel on their neck and say, "Oh, we get it," things will change. And I'm not. You could say I'm talking about violence, and I believe my grandfather in their way nonviolence. I would be the one at the table telling them, I'm not telling them YNs to stop doing nothing until y'all change. It's too many times our black politicians then turn around and try to tell us and hush us up before things change. No, I would say bring the change, and then we'll have a conversation.
Yeah, you call the dogs off then once you bring the change.
Yeah. But the YNs do their part. They not 100%. Doing their part. We hurting each other. Come on, man.
Yeah. 100%. We got one more topic. We got what? 13 minutes. We got one more topic. Speaking about ourselves now. Let's watch a couple of the videos and let me get this together. Let's a couple videos and see what y'all think about this. Or bro, what you think about it. Grace or grit? Like this is grace or grit. Do we deserve a little bit of grace, or is that grit needed when we talking about let's just watch the video. So I'll preface it. So if anyone knows the pop the balloon challenge or whatever, what happens is if a male has the mic, it is a line full of women, and they ask different questions, and if you don't agree with him, or even if he walks in the room, you can pop the balloon if you don't like how he looks physically, or if he's not your type, whatever the case is, then they ask a series of questions, and you get to choose to pop your balloon depending on the answers. Now, if the woman keeps the balloon unpopped, then the host asks the male questions, and he gets to pop the balloon, and it just questions until he gets down, or he or she gets down to the last contestant, and then at the last contestant, they both have to agree to go on a date. So that's pretty much the preface about it. So the first video I'm gonna play is the women telling the man pretty much that he's not their preference, and specifically what they're saying to him about his preference. So watch it.
Because you are very fine down to the ankles.
I do what I can.
I just, it's a pet peeve of mine when men wear pants that don't cover their ankles.
Okay.
So that was why I popped.
Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
He said the smile thing, and I'm not much of a smiler or a laugher. I'm more serious, so yeah.
Oh.
You won't really catch me smiling that much.
Why?
I don't.
You don't want to smile?
No.
She's smiling right now.
I know.
You're very handsome.
I appreciate it.
Now, is Unique someone that you're trying to?
Yes, she is.
Popped because it's smiling.
Like yours. I know.
Popping your balloon because I think you're well dressed for yourself, but for me, I like someone that has like more of a baggy fit to their clothes. You look amazing, but for me, I like someone that has like an upscale streetwear style. That's pretty much why I think that walking together, our style just would clash.
Okay, so that was a young man. And it showed how the reasons why they did not, take him. Okay, so now let's look at another. Now this clip is a man. They don't show the woman in here, but he told one of the women that her hair was too short for his preference. And then, so when he got down the line, he got to this young lady, and this was her opinion.
But you can say what you want to say, but don't talk about black people here. But
so
let's hear from him.
Go ahead. Again, her hairstyle, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me. So I'm not dating multiple people. You're not dating multiple people. So my comment to her has no sort of significance on
I'm a
you.
black woman. If I want to wear my hair like hers one day, what you gonna say? Oh, I don't like your hair. I'm gonna go date Becky up the street. Follow along. Thank you.
I'll say this: at the end of the day, are you here to find a man, or are you here to be?
I'm not here to find you. I'm here to find someone that's gonna accept me, floss and all. And if you can't accept this young lady up
sounds like
here,
you're here to find the sister code.
no,
so we can move
actually,
forward.
women,
We can move forward.
We are here, and
we
there's
can
a
move
lot
forward.
of black women that's lined up in here. So you can't talk about hair. It's not about the length or the texture. Know what you say before you talk to black women. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna ask. I'll say this. It's even though I think that's too different because the women was kind of giving the guy when it came to his pants were too high for her liking. One lady said that he likes the woman that smiles and she don't really smile like that, and the other lady said she prefer her men to have a little baggy, dressed a little bit. But the woman, I think the hair is a little bit more sensitive subject, so I will give grace to the women for that. But in my whole opinion, I don't think her response. I don't like her response and how she handled it. So I'm asking this kind of twofold. Should men be able to, even if it's about a black woman's hair, should they be able to say anything about it? And what is the difference of how they how they accepted the rejection, how he accepted the rejection? Do she deserve grace for her reaction? And I'm looking at Alan's face, and I'm like, what you think? Like, was her response?
First of all, let me say this: I've seen this show plenty of times.
Yeah,
and I see why 90% of those people are single, men and women.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, let me say that it's sometimes I can't look at it, MJ.
Yeah. I agree.
Because these preferences is just crazy to me, first of all. Yeah. But at the same time, a woman will tell a man he's too short. Okay. That's your preference. Mm-hmm. If he says, well, I like longer hair. Okay. That's your preference. Fine. You know, me personally, if I was in date again, I wouldn't care the height, but that's their preference. Mm-hmm. So you have to be willing to be able to take rejection to be on that show. At the same time, some of the stuff Davey's saying is just, I can't stand it. And I say, I see why you guys are single.
Yeah.
I see why you had to fly all the way to Arizona to get a red balloon and pop it. I see why, because the stuff that you're asking for in this world out of a man and a woman is just unrealistic. Yeah. Unrealistic, MJ. Mm-hmm. You know, my thing is, if you're going to send that line, I really don't care what you, well, of course, if it's revealing, yes, but I want to know your character. Mm-hmm. I want to know if you're a family person, if you believe in the Most High, and shoot, what type of food you like.
Yeah, outside, you know they do ask some of they do ask some of those questions. They do on the show.
But outside that, everything else is cosmetic, MJ.
Right.
It's cosmetic. Right. I'm sure I didn't always wear a beard, MJ. Mm-hmm. Guess what? When I grew it and Ken liked my beard, guess what? Shoot, I'm keeping it.
There you go.
I got to take care of it because my wife likes it. Do you think if I cut my beard, she would care? No.
No.
Okay. What I'm saying is they need to figure out the character of these people, not so much of how the cosmetic things that's changed, you know, and these people, man, it's just ridiculous. I just think I think the men did a better job in taking rejection than the woman. I think that woman was out of line for getting on that man because that man said that he likes a woman with longer hair.
And then he doubled back and said there was nothing wrong with it. It's just a preference.
Thank you.
Like my wife, everyone know my wife, Charlene wore long hair years. Long hair, don't care. I was like, for like, I'll say some months, maybe. I'm like, babe, you might look right with the short hair. Like, you ever thought about cutting your hair? No, She's like, no, I haven't. And I want to say it was either Father's Day or my birthday or something. She surprised me and she cut it. And of course, she looked great like I anticipated. And now she likes the short hair. But do you really think if she said, I want to grow my hair back, that it's going to be a deal, a big deal, anything? No, it's not.
I like short hair.
Yeah.
Kim knows that. I remember Kim at Cedar Grove with her short hair, that bob. You know what I'm saying? You'd say, whoop, that bob, that go Kim. Okay. But when she put on her ponytail, she grow her hair out, whatever. It doesn't matter, MJ.
Don't
Matter
matter.
of fact, when I saw at Golden Corral, she didn't have the short hair. Do you think I care?
Nope.
Even though I like short hair, do you think I care? No. I saw her.
There you go.
I wanted her.
There you go. Yeah, I think this show like this, it has a form of entertainment value to it. That they want to be entertaining and a little polarizing kick to it. So we can talk about it, but at the same time, sometimes like in this video, you rarely see a person's character because she didn't have to go off on the man like that. It's a show about preference.
Yeah.
And then she tried to say, you can't talk about a black. Like, come on, see, then we want to go there. And I've seen, like you said, bro, a woman can tell a man he's short. That's nothing he can do about being short.
He can't.
Your hair you can change.
My son AJ said that. He said, Dad, because we was watching it one day sitting on the couch. He said, Dad, he can't do nothing about his height. But guess what? Oh boy, took it to the chin. It's like, okay, it's your preference.
Right.
Just this stuff, man, is ridiculous. Man, I try to go to. Won't y'all just start going to the museum, go to church, go to these different places in the city, and I guarantee you'll find you a nice looking man or woman, good character. But I've seen people say, listen, MJ, I hear a lot of people say there's no good men or women in this world. I think that's a bunch of bull because I've seen people I've seen people get married, their spouse die, and they get married a year or two later. Yeah. I've seen good people get together, MJ. Thanks. Time after time. It doesn't matter height, size, age, or nothing. I've seen people find people time and time after again. If you say you can't find nobody, it's something about you that you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, it's something I might need to change. And
you got to look in the mirror. Yeah. So I'll say, to sum it up, we give grace to certain things that we don't need to, and we grit about certain things we don't. We really need to be grit more about character and give grace on the cosmetic. But we flip flop it. And so that's my final analysis with it, man. Yeah, just tighten up, man. And the things that matter needs to be, the things, the longevity things is what you need to really be focused on, because guess what? I'm not the same size. I don't look the same or whatever. When me and my wife hooked up, I don't look the same. That's going to change. And it's going to change again.
It's going to change.
It's going to change again.
All that gray I got in my beard.
Right.
I look older than my wife. My wife look young. They mistake her for her early 30s. They look at me, you with that 50-year-old man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter, MJ. You're going to change. Yeah. The best thing you can do is take care of yourself, eat right, and work out.
Yeah.
And be healthy. That's it. But things gonna change, bro. Guarantee it. So,
Yeah, it is what it is. But look, we appreciate y'all joining us.
Sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
Look out for this tour in Atlanta, the Sell Me in Atlanta tour. Everybody been asking us, what you gonna do here in Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? I can't get the sale. I can't. Okay, I got something for you. In Atlanta tour is gonna be the best tour here in Atlanta. You not gonna want to miss this tour. It's gonna be so much good information. You gonna learn about our people, how we are the standard when it comes to standing up to what we call the racist America. We got a lot of stuff going on, but whatever they want to say, we as Black people in America are second to none when it coming up to standing up to the oppressor. And I'm going to show you how these folks in Selma, Alabama, down 85 South, cross the pass, West Point, cross over to Alabama, through Opelika, through Auburn. I can't believe I said that name, through Montgomery, down to Lowndes County, where the Black Panther Party was created, to Selma, Alabama. Them black folks got something to say up here in Atlanta, and we gonna speak for them, because a lot of stuff has been changed around, and it is a lot of people not telling the truth. So we gonna change that in Atlanta too. We gonna let y'all know it was them folks down there in Selma that put this thing together. So y'all look out for that tour. We coming. It's gonna be good, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking and teaching.
Yeah.
All right.
You already know. We're gonna show how Atlanta needed Selma, Selma needed Atlanta. So we appreciate y'all joining us. Like I said, go get the book the tour. We got the tour coming up. We're gonna keep y'all informed on the information as we get the information about the tour and everything going on. We're gonna let y'all know. Hey, it's some exciting things coming up. We meeting with people. We talking about getting the documentary together and all of that. What we've been wanting to do for a long time. So y'all look out for that. And we appreciate y'all joining us. Look, today is Thursday. The weekend is almost here. If you're in the Atlanta area, whatever, you see the rain and the storms is coming. So y'all make sure y'all take care of yourself, take care of your family. And please keep in mind what First Nurse Kimberly Reese said about our health, man, especially our men. We wrapping up June's month. Y'all take care of yourself, man, health-wise, because we want to see y'all live long. It's a lot of funerals that have been going on lately. So we know what time it is. We don't know the time of the day. Y'all already know. This is the Lineage Podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
The Lineage.